Okay, so something I want to talk about today is apathy. Apathy drives me insane, especially when I feel apathy. All right, now apathy is unfortunately something that seems to be like plaguing, most of my generation, younger people. And it drives me nuts. And the thing is, it shows itself in different ways. So, some people be like, they can feel real apathetic about stuff. And they're like, oh, I'm just really lazy. I don't really want to do stuff. No, no, no. You're not lazy. You're apathetic. You don't care. All right. You find yourself not caring about things. You ever have that moment where you're like, you're sitting there and you're zoning out, and you've been on your computer or playing video games or watching a movie or just something, and you just don't want to do anything and you just don't really care. It's not laziness. It's lack of desire to do stuff. It's lack of caring. It's lack of emotional investment in doing things. And I feel like I don't want to point a finger at anything in particular necessarily, but a lot of times I feel like we get overwhelmed. We live in the information age, huge amounts of stuff going on all the time. And the problem is there's a lot of stuff going on that makes us feel really strong, emotionally, something we get really upset about or really fired up about. But we can't actually, be involved in it. We can't touch it. We can't change it or alter it all that well. I mean, to use an example, what's going on in, Missouri right now. There's all kinds of huge, stuff going on with protests and police and stuff. People have felt really, really strongly about, certain, overreaching of, police authority and stuff like that. And yes, it's really good to feel bad about that. It's really good to feel upset when, people are doing things that they shouldn't be. But the difficulty is, outside of, signing petitions and or possibly making phone calls, there's not too much that me over in New Jersey can do to help those over in Missouri besides just observing and reporting and passing on the word. And that can be really frustrating. All right, and there's a lot of stuff that we can point to going on. I mean, what's going on in the Middle East, what's going on in various theaters of war, what's going on with poverty in the world, what's going on with all these horrible things that we see well enough because we have the internet, we have videos, and we have live Twitter updates and stuff like that, but we can't really do except relay the information and, possibly make phone calls to representatives who may or may not care what we have to say. And that's frustrating. And I feel like in a lot of ways, that can leave us burnt out, to the point where when you then are just chilling on the internet or, whatever, and watch my video why you're addicted to the internet if you want to be in, a little bit educated on that. But the thing is, we get to that point where all of a sudden we've cared so much and so strongly about all these things that we can't really do all that much about, and we kind of get burnt out about the day-to-day stuff. So it can take a toll on you. You can feel yourself getting emotionally fatigued. If you pay attention to it and actually look for it, as you go through your day with the news and, the various, live feeds and Facebook and Reddit and all this other stuff, you start to feel drained. And it sucks because then the things that you need to care about, like your personal well-being, little local events, stuff that you need to get fired up about, stuff that you need to get excited about, improving yourself, working out, making real change in the world around you. You can't because you're just tired. And who can blame you with all that crap that's going on, all right? And all that stuff that you really want to... I'm a huge environmentalist. Global warming and environmental stuff really gets me fired up. But there's a lot of stuff going on in relation to that I can't really do much about from my position where I'm at right now. Stuff in other countries, stuff even in other states. I can get involved in the local level, but if something's going on out in California, outside of reaching out to my federal representatives, who may or may not care what I have to say, there's not that much I can do, and it makes you tired. So, here's my suggestion. Still pay attention, because knowing what's going on in the world and caring about it, passing on the word, is really important, because it signifies that we've taken a step beyond where we were 50 years ago. And that's good. That's really, 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 really good. But don't necessarily completely invest yourself in it. Instead, try to pay more attention to what's going on around you locally. Either politically, get involved in your local government. You can usually go to those meetings; they're free to go to. So, or environmentally, if you want to, organize neighborhood cleanup, look out for local environmental infractions and campaign about them. Or even on a smaller scale, look at stuff that you can do like around your house. Like, it's amazing what you can do just going 50 feet from your front door. Go out, clean up all the trash. Go out and smile at people. Shake hands. Be that guy that sits in a chair by the side of the road and just waves at cars as they go past. You'd be amazed what smiling and waving can do for people sometimes. Seriously, people love people like that. But by focusing on what you can change locally around you, first of all, you get more of a sense of progress, and that's good. And second of all, it leaves you emotionally invested in what's going on in your immediate person, which can help you transition into caring more about stuff that's going on that you can actually affect. Your own personal body, for instance, or stuff that bothers you in your town, or stuff that you would like to make better about your area. Even your household, if you're still living with your parents, look at ways that you can help out around the house and or improve relations with them or something like that. Look at things that you can do locally to make progress, because the thing is, you may not be able to change what's going on in, say, Syria right now, or the Ukraine, or even another state, but you can change what's going on around you. And by pushing your energy towards something that you can make a difference in, you're going to set yourself up for better success than pushing all your emotions into something that you can't do anything about. And in doing so, you will help fight your own apathy as far as small local things go. By getting your butt out of your chair and doing stuff like that, you will create a self-perpetuating cycle. Oh my God, I got up and did something, and I'm going to do a little something more, and I'm going to do a little something more, rather than, oh my God, I care so much about what's going on in Ferguson right now, but I can't really do anything about it except talk about it, and it's good, but it doesn't feel like enough, and I don't know what to do, and now I'm getting tired, and don't set yourself up for failure. Care about what you can, pass on what you can, but then do what you can do about it locally. Get involved around you. And if everybody were to do that, because I guarantee someone somewhere is close enough to something that's bothering you to do something about it. If everyone did something locally, we wouldn't necessarily have to worry so much about what's happening nationally or internationally, because we'd have little cells of people everywhere in the world that are helping out. And if we all overcome our individual apathy, we can make a huge, huge, huge difference. So, that's it. Apathy. It's the enemy. We gotta overcome that shit. Okay? So, until next time, I remind you to live boldly, change the world, and continue to be awesome. Because seriously, that's the most important thing.